Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe.
Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host Cognac Wellerlane, and in just about a moment, I'm going to be interviewing Mr. Rocco Leo Gagliotti, the creator and founder of FNL Network. Keep watching. More of the Zoom interview coming up. Hey, welcome back. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and I have a very special guest. His name is Mr. Rocco Leo Gagliotti, the founder and CEO of FNL Network. He has devoted over 25 years to the industry as a multi-award-winning producer, director, and creator. Rocco is currently at the height of his career in the industry and is clearly not slowing down anytime soon. Rocco, welcome to Cognac's Corner, darling.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, and we know each other a long time. We both met at New York Fashion Week. You've covered many fashion weeks throughout the world. But my first question is, what inspired you to create FNL Network?
Well, that's a great question. So essentially, I wanted to create something that didn't exist yet. And FNL Network stands for Fashion News Lifestyle Network, which the network encompasses, we have films, travel shows, lifestyle shows, and fashion. It's not all about just fashion. In addition to that, it's available on every mobile device, whether you have an Android phone or an Apple phone. It's also available on every Mac computer and every smart TV all around the world. So it's a global channel that's on demand, and people could watch it when they want on any of their devices. And I really believe this is the future. People want to watch things on, people want to watch things on their own time. They don't want to have to tune in Saturday night at 9 p.m. to watch their show. They want to log on. They want to get access on their phone, on their tablet, on their smart TV, and watch it on demand. I believe that this is the future. That's what's happening now. And especially with this COVID, everyone is staying home. People are social distancing. So it's the prime time and the best time for people, really to get the FNL Network app on their device or on their smart TV and enjoy everything fashion and lifestyle. It's a little escape from reality.
Now, I have a smart TV, so how would I find you where would I have to go to find your smart TV?
So if you have either a Roku TV, Fire TV, Android TV, or Apple TV,
right,
you just have to go to your app store and search for FNL Network and download it. If you have an Android phone or an Android tablet or an Apple phone or an Apple tablet or on your Mac computer, you go to for Android, it's called the Google Play Store, where you download apps and you search for FNL Network. For Apple devices, you go to your app store and you search for FNL Network and you download it and install it.
So you have a variety of broadcasting on the FNL Network. It's not just about fashion shows.
That's right.
It's also about travel. Do you restaurants too? Do you interview people at restaurants? Do you do stuff like that?
Well, in our show, City Showcase, it's a travel series, and it's actually an award-winning series. I personally also host that show, actually. It's my favorite one. We showcase the food and the cuisine in different countries and different cities around the world. I will be, as soon as all this COVID thing is put to rest and we can all go back out, we will be creating more content about travel and health and fitness. But right now, something that's very new and exciting is International Digital Fashion Week. And
yes,
what this
we're going to
is,
talk about that, but not yet.
okay,
Not yet.
okay.
I know you're anxious to talk about that, but I want my audience to know a little bit more about your history. Now,
No problem.
You started out as a model because you're so tall and so good looking.
Thank you. Yeah,
How
I
tall
started
are
as a
you?
model. I'm currently exactly 6'4.5".
Oh my God.
But when I was modeling,
When we were in college, when we were teenagers, oh, he's dreamy. He's dreamy. That was what we would say
Thank you.
if a guy was tall and good looking. Oh, he's dreamy. That's how old I am. I talk like that. The kids today don't say dreamy. But so you started as a model.
Right, and I was actually shorter because I started at 17 years old. So I was much shorter than I am now. And as a model, I had my mother agency in Milan, Italy, and I had different agencies around the world in Paris, New York, Miami, Germany, Greece. And, I would do direct bookings and go around and work. And that evolved into becoming a photographer. And I started shooting, and I was shooting tests and campaigns and advertising. And that evolved into producing and directing, which evolved into me having the idea and the concept of a show called Fashion News Live, which covers Fashion Week. And I pitched it to UPN. They picked it up. It aired after Top Model. After UPN went out of business, I took Fashion News Live and we put it on YouTube. Actually, we put it on before YouTube even started. We had it streaming on our website.
Right.
And
right.
then when YouTube came out,
that's where I watch you. I watch you on YouTube. And
right.
by the way, we are going to insert that clip, that promo that you have on your YouTube page. I'm going to insert that into this interview later on so people could see the multiple amount of people you've interviewed. Designers and models and celebrities and all kinds of wonderful people. But
thank you.
But you have done quite a bit. And you know what? You also have a village of people that help and assist you.
Right.
I've seen them in action. How big is your team? How big is all the staff that you have that's helping you? Do you have how many people that work for you?
I have pods of teams in New York, Miami, Dubai, Europe, Milan, Paris. So I don't know, maybe between 15 to 20 people on an ongoing basis. So basically what happened was the idea and the concept of the show, Fashion News Live, it led me into directing a film. I made a film called Inside a Motto Dubai. And I was there.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, I think you came to the premiere and when we had the premiere in Times Square. It was amazing. And that film, I won Best Documentary twice for that film. That enabled me to put together some investors to launch the network. And sometimes people get confused. They're like, oh, well, we know Rocco FNL Fashion News Live, and now there's FNL Network. I want to make it clear that FNL Network stands for Fashion News Lifestyle Network. Fashion News Live is also an award-winning program that is on the network. But the reason why I decided to name the network Fashion News Lifestyle Network is because we encompass more than fashion. We also encompass a tremendous amount of programming that has to do with lifestyle. And FNL is a branded name that everyone knows in the industry. If you say to someone, oh, have you heard of FNL? The majority is, they're going to say yes. Now, if they haven't been around and they're a newcomer, they may say no. So I wanted to keep that brand.
If they're a kid.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So I wanted to keep that branding and brand association. So that's why I kept FNL for Fashion News Lifestyle Network.
Now, I'm just curious. You started this 25 years ago. How many fashion weeks have you attended? New York Fashion Week, how many I mean, maybe I should ask you how many fashion weeks you've attended all over the world. But
right.
Do you even know? Do you even know how many fashion weeks?
I lost count. You know, with when we started Fashion News Live back in 2003. I mean, I've been to I've been to almost every fashion week in the world, and I mean, everywhere. But that's, you know, creating content for just a little handful of shows on our network. I mean, we have a show with supermodel Carol Alt called Carol Alt's Living Room that Iris Afella is on it, Nicole Miller, Ralph Rucci, Fern Malice, you know, and then we have another channel called A Shaded View on Fashion Film, which is a channel that is put together by Diane Purnett. She is a huge fashion icon in the industry, and she started the very first fashion film festival. So, you know, I believe Rome wasn't built in a day, and Rome wasn't built by one person. So I think it's really important to come together and collaborate with like-minded people and go after that world dream of whatever, you know, you guys cultivate together.
Can I ask you, out of all the places you've been for, you know, fashion shows, is there any one particular country that the people love fashion the most? Is it the United States? Is it France? Is it Germany? Is it Italy? What do you, out of every place you've been to, where do you see the most fashion conscious individuals or people?
Paris, France.
Really? Still Paris? Why do you think they're so into fashion? I believe here in the United States that nobody really cares about fashion as much as the Europeans do. I mean, I see it myself. As a matter of fact, when I was in Paris, I was walking around on the Champs-Élysées, and some guy comes up to me and he starts talking, you know, French to me. You know, he's talking French to me. And I was like, I says, I'm sorry, but I don't speak French. He goes, "You're American? I can't believe you're American. You look like you're from Paris. I thought you were Parisian." I said, you don't look like an American. I expected, you know, Americans to walk around with, you know, cameras all around them and sneakers, and here you are, you're so chic. Well, I thought you were Parisian. But why do you think the French people are so fashion conscious?
I think it's it's in that it's in the DNA of their culture, really, like in Europe, and then individual countries and cities within Europe have their own take. But it's so important, you know, in America. Look, there's some people in America that just love fashion, and they love
me,
right, and me, right, but our American culture isn't necessarily about fashion. Our American culture is about work and success and making money and entrepreneurship.
That's my husband. That's my husband. He's like that. He's not into clothes. He's not into fashion. He's not even into movie stars or anything like that. I'm the one that is like that. I'm the one that wants to be the star. But it's better that way. It's better that way. Now, tell my audience. This is going to get very serious now.
Okay.
Tell my audience the challenges that you are now facing with the pandemic COVID-19. What are the challenges, Tony?
Pertaining to FNL Network, we currently don't have any challenges as a result of the pandemic. I mean, luckily everyone is healthy, and I hope people take the guidelines from, you know, our cities and governors and around the world very serious about whatever they say to do to prevent getting the disease. I mean, the virus. But FNL Network, the only thing is that we stopped production, but we have a huge backlog of footage that needs to be edited. And, you know, our post-production team is working 24/7, still creating new content. And we're constantly putting up new content for our channel.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's, we don't have, you know, huge setbacks. I mean, I guess the only thing was, you know, I was in Cape Town and I had to wrap up production quick leave and come back to America before the quarantine went down. That was a little stressful. Actually, to be honest, that was really stressful. But besides that, it's, you know, I just hope that everyone's safe. I hope that that everyone is taking precautions.
It has affected me, little old Cognac. It's affected me because, as you know, I mean, I'm not sick or anything, but we did have family members. We had a whole part of our family that just died from the COVID-19.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, my husband's uncle, his aunt, and his cousin, they were in a nursing home and they all died from COVID-19. It's so sad. But it's really very sad. And we first started with the daughter. The daughter had Down syndrome and she was very obese. So she got COVID-19 and then her mother got it. And then the uncle got it. And the uncle was getting better and they wanted to send him home. I think they gave him hydrochloroquine and he was doing a lot better. But he lost his wife, he lost his daughter. And then they said, well, we're gonna send you back to the nursing home, you know, because you're doing a lot better. And you know, he died because he probably was like, oh, that place, where do I got to go back to? My wife.
Maybe a heartbreak.
Yeah, I think he just died of a broken heart. And with me, okay, every single media event that I normally cover, you know, because I'm very big in the Hamptons, I go to all the Hampton events, all the charity galas, all the charity events, and you know, all the art openings in the Hamptons, that is completely, there are no events. There are no media events. There is no media events from now until the rest of the year. And I don't even know about January. I have no idea. So now what I'm doing is shopping hauls because I buy a lot. I'm trying to become an influencer with like Amazon and different people. But I'm also doing Zoom interviews with
I think you're fabulous.
People. Excuse me, darling?
I think you're fabulous.
Oh, I think you're fabulous. I think you're outrageous and you're fabulous and you're a very smart man. You really, really are. So that's what's keeping me going. The Zoom interviews like what we're doing right now. So now my big question is, tell us what's going on with this digital. I want to hear about this new thing that you're doing, International Digital Fashion. That sounds so exciting.
Absolutely. Thank you. So the quarantine happened and everyone was to stay home and everyone had to stay home for a while. I thought to myself, you know, I have to do something. We have got to do something. FNL needs to do something to help the community. So I started this initiative called IDFW, which is International Digital Fashion Week. And what we're doing is it's a global fashion week platform where designers, no matter where they're from, can contact us. The email address is idfw@rlgproductions.com. We also have a Facebook page, or on our Instagram for FNL Network. They can contact us there and it's forwarded to the correct department. And what happens is approved designers are invited to showcase their digital collection, not more than 5 minutes long, to be placed on the International Digital Fashion Week platform. It's going to happen every 6 months. We launch September 5th. The deadline to receive all the content, once the designers have been approved, is mid-August. So it's about a month. They have about a month to email, send samples of their work. It gets viewed by a panel. They approve or deny. Then send back some paperwork to the designer to provide their video. And then they're showcased for 6 months. Every 6 months we'll do this. We believe that this is the future. This is how things will go, you know, and until we have a vaccine that beats this virus, that no one can get it. I believe that fashion, the traditional fashion week that you and I know, will cease to exist.
Yeah,
We are on the official calendar for
I
Fashion
know.
Week Online.
I
And
tell my friend Patricia, she hates this way of life. She wants to go to the party. She hates this. I said to her, I
yeah,
said, Patricia, the world is evolving into something different, just like it did during the turn of the century. You know,
right.
women wore Victorian skirts, and you know, and then all of a sudden it was the 1920s, and they were wearing the short dresses. So it just is going to evolve. This is the way. This is the way the world is. We have to accept it.
Right.
So you're very excited about this.
Yeah. I'm very excited. We have people from Dubai, New York, Los Angeles, you know, China. I mean, people from all over the world are being approved, and it's one place. It's international. It's not New York. It's not just New York. It's not just Paris. It's not just London. It's not a live where you have to tune in at a certain time. It's a international platform. You know, Zhang Toy is even on it. Elisabetta Franchi from Milan. The Blondes are going to be on it from New York. I mean, it's a global international platform where we could place these digital collections. Whether and the videos don't have to be a traditional runway show. It could be a fashion film. It could be a slide presentation of their clothes. It could be some type of fashion film. Yeah. I mean, we're accepting many different types of videos. They just have to be professional. You know, they have to be professional. It has to be professional quality, full HD. But all those specs are in there, and they're provided to the designer once they have been approved by our panel. Now, you know, I highly recommend that all of you viewers get the FNL Network app in their mobile device, on their smart TV, on their tablet. I think that they'll see a lot of things there and they'll really enjoy it.
So all they would have to do is go on their phone and do a search and find the app and download it.
Right. On their ISO device, they would go into their app store. Mm-hmm. On their Macintosh computer, if they have a Mac, they would go to their app store. If they have an Android device, they go into what they call the Google Play Store. And then if someone has an Android TV, Fire TV, Roku TV, or Apple TV, they'll go into their respective app stores or searching for channels and type in FNL Network and then install and launch the channel.
Okay, we will do that. And I just have another question I want to ask you. Out of all the fashion shows that you've ever gone to, this is tricky, I don't know. Was there one in particular that stood out in your mind that was the most outrageous fashion show you ever saw? Is there anyone in particular?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of the designer, but it was at Pier 59 Studios about a year ago, or maybe a year and a half ago in New York. And at the very end of the show, the last model grabbed the designer at the end of the runway, picked him up and spit in his mouth. And I thought to myself, oh my God, this is crazy. Why would he do that? And they played along and they walked backstage. I guess it was for shock and awe.
Oh my God.
I know. That was the most outrageous, like, wow.
That is pretty outrageous.
Yeah.
That is very outrageous.
The biggest production value of a fashion show that I saw that was just wild was the Philip Plane show in New York, where there was an alien spaceship on the runway and the whole runway was covered with fake snow. And at the very end, a robot came out of the spaceship and walked down the runway with Philip.
We are going to miss that. We are going to, because like you said, I don't think it's ever going to happen again. I don't think we're ever going to see a fashion show, Fashion Week like we did. I just don't think it's going to happen anymore. But, you know, anyway, we're going to show my audience a clip now of everything, not everything, but a lot of what fashion FNL is all about. We're going to see celebrities. Okay. We're going to see designers. We're even going to see Ms. Joan Rivers herself. So keep watching. Let's see this video coming up right now. Perfect. And we'll be back in a moment to close the interview.
Hey there, I'm Adam Lambert. This is RuPaul.
Adriana Lima, Alessandra,
Joan Rivers,
Kris Jenner,
Kim Kardashian,
Kendall Jenner,
Kelly Osbourne,
Carmen Electra, Deborah Messing, Dita Von Teese,
Miss Capri, baby,
Eva Marcel,
Abigail Breslin,
Coming, Carson Kressley,
David Arquette,
Gina Lohan,
Gloria Stefan,
Jack Black,
Jay Manuel,
Joe Jonas,
Joe Manganiello,
Katie Couric,
Kristen Cavallari,
Melissa, and Joan,
Morley Simmons, Kelly Catrona,
Kevin,
and Danielle,
Kirstie Alley,
Lauren Conrad,
Martha Stewart,
Miss Zafe, Nigel Barker,
Paris Hilton,
Nikki Hilton,
Paula Abdul, Tyra Banks,
Nanette Lepore,
Nick Cannon,
Tony Braxton,
Tyson Beckford,
Wendy Williams,
Zach Posa,
Whitney Ford,
and you're watching
Rocco,
Rocco.
Rocco on fashion,
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 fashion, fashion,
Fashion,
fashion, fashion,
fashion,
News,
news, live.
This presentation has been brought to you by RLG Productions.
Well, welcome back, darling. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane, and I am here with the sexy Rocco Gaglioti, creator of FNL Network. So, Rocco, I want you to tell my audience, what do you want people to remember you by?
That's a really good question.
Good.
I would want people to remember me by, you know, how they felt when they interacted with me about me. Like, people say things and they're very nice, they're very kind, and you know, I would want people to remember me, like one day when I'm gone, to know the purity of my heart and my soul and my intentions as a human being.
What is the website? What is the website?
The website is fnlnetwork.com. And then we have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's also fnlnetwork.com.
Gorgeous. Rocco, my darling, it was such a pleasure interviewing you, your sexy self. I want to give you...
You're so glamorous.
A big pink champagne kiss. Pink champagne kisses.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Well, that concludes my fascinating interview with Mr. Rocco Leo Gaglioti, the founder and creator of FNL Network. Keep watching. More Zoom interviews coming up, darlings. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And please leave me some comments. Keep watching, darlings. Pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much ooh, ooh, I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. This has been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.